Solving exponential and logarithmic equations. A few ways of doing this. One is to match up. If you have the same bases, then the exponents have to be the same. That's all this one-on-one property is talking about. And the bottom one, if the log bases are the same, then the numbers have to be equivalent as well. So doing a few examples of this. First thing that we're going to want to do is try to get the bases the same. And we get the bases the same, then those exponents have to be the same. You can see we can do 9 is 3 squared, and we already have a 3 as a base on this side. So now you just have an equation that's 2x equals 3x minus 4. Solve for x. Same idea here. You could do everything in terms of 1/2. So this is going to be 2 times 2x minus 1, and this is 1/2 to the third power. Again, real important to use the distributive property on the exponents to equate them and then solve for x. On this problem, it's a trinomial, and you can see that the first thing to make this easier is to divide everything through by 2. And once you do that, you then are going to try to factor. Now, some of you may think substituting e to the x for like an y, for example, then factoring may be easier by doing a substitution. I think it's just as easy if you leave e to the x in, and then you multiply those to get the first one, and now it's a factoring. So let's say 9 and 3, and plus 9ex minus 3e to the x, so that's going to give you 6e to the x. And then it's a matter of solving. E to the x plus 9 equals 0. When you subtract 9 from both sides, this can never occur because e to any exponent can't be a negative number. And then in order to solve this one, you could change the form ln base e of 3 is equal to x. Same thing here. I can't get the bases the same, so I would change the form of this and write down log base 9 of 12 is equal to 2x, and then I would use the change of base. This is a division. I'm dividing that whole thing by 2, and do a change of base law in your calculator to solve for x. Similarly for number 7. Other types of problems, this is just equating. Notice that you have a log, they're the same base, so this is just going to be 3x equals 12 and solve for that. On this one, what you would do is combine the left side, so it would be 2x using the product rule, and therefore you can equate the numbers of the logs. So this would just be 2x equals x plus 7, solve. And you want to make sure you check answers in the original. This one's number 3 is a little bit more interesting. You have to use the product rule, so on the left side it's going to be equal to this. The logs are the same, so I'm just going to equate the numbers. And then at this point you would expand it and solve for x and then check your answer as well. So that's a very quick version on how to solve equations by using one-on-one, one-to-one properties, changing the forms from log form to exponential form, and applying the log properties.